She just gets up.
You get to walk?
I'm not getting in a wheelchair. I don't even remember this part at all.
I do. I remember how against how much I wanted to come over here, I waited for units to come over. Because if I didn't, I would have been here alone when they started shooting.
You saw me first?
I saw the most noticeable thing about you in all this darkness was your fucking hair, because it sticks out. And I circled around the building a couple times. I didn't notice the car. I didn't know they were in there. But something was just saying, don't go in, wait for units for backup. So I fought against my most human nature and let the cop instinct in me take over, and I didn't roll in immediately. Because you weren't answering my calls, you weren't answering my texts, nobody knew where you were, and I saw that call come over dispatch, and my heart sank. So, as much as I wanted to just jump over here and help you, I didn't. And it's a good thing I didn't, because I would have been out in the open. And then they drove off, and I came back over to my car, and I looked closer to see who was on the floor, and I just fixated on getting them and letting the other ones help you medically, because if I wouldn't have been able to focus. So I went looking for the car that drove off. Didn't know there was a dickhead bleeding back here. Couldn't find the other guy. Came back here. While I was coming back here, they heard the other guy like choking on his blood or whatever. I dragged him into a car. Told him I hope he fucking suffers, and I guess he did. Because I took him the pillbox. I got a call about someone being bloody up in Toledo. I left to go deal with Tyler and came back to find out that guy died. And when I went up there to go deal with Tyler, there was like a standoff between Ford and Sosa with me coming behind. And Ford told me to get non lethal. And again, cop instinct, just did as I was told, no matter how much I wanted to just shoot him in the back of the head.
Yeah.
So I tased him, put him in custody, took him to Polito to get medical treatment. He was gloating and bragging and digging under my skin the whole fucking time, asking what you meant to me. And even after he got treated at Polito and I was taking him to Pillbox, he was still fucking going. And then I just focused on work as much as I could until I interviewed you. And then I made sure you were okay. Because I was first on scene, so all the paperwork and all the evidence collection and all that fell on me.
Sorry.
Don't ever apologize for me doing my job. I made the choice to be a cop. No one else makes me do anything. You wanna go upstairs?
Yeah. You know, they sat me right here and had me call 911, and a part of my brain, the part that wasn't all foggy with blood loss, was gonna say pineapple.
You remembered that. Yeah, just kind of.
Very nice. My blood trail's still there.
Stairs. Kind of surprised at the lack of blood in the actual room.
Why?
Need me to take you up the stairs? Kitty!
Oh my god, you just scared the shit out
No!
of me.
Kitty! Damn it! Okay. This one.
I know why there's not that much blood in here.
Why?
Because my clothes caught it all. When he put the knife in my side, and twisted, I knew it hit something bad. Even when he slammed me in the knee with the bat, I probably shouldn't have stood as long as I did, but I refused to fall on the ground. I fell to my knees once and got up. But I don't know, every time I thought about passing out, I just stared at his face, and I got so angry because I was also seeing my dad's face in his, and I was just on a whole new level of why me? Again? Even at 23, 10 years later? And I just wouldn't give him the satisfaction of knocking me on my ass.
I don't believe in that whole shock curse bullshit that you spew on about all the fucking time.
I do.
You know what I believe in? In the time that I've been a cop? And the time that I've seen my sister being a cop? The world is just full of fucked up people. And there's not really much you can do about it but be safe. And be one step ahead of everything else. I mean, I like to come off as this very strong individual who has it, you know, pretty well together regardless of all the obstacles in my way. But I can never say that I don't relate to some extent of what you're talking about. My boyfriend supported my drug habits, but he also used to beat the shit out of me. But I didn't care because he supported my drug habits. And I would consistently, blame myself. Why the fuck do I keep forgiving it? Because I'm so fucking hung up on what he provides me and what my body feel like it need and what my mind is telling me that I need. Like even until the last fucking second when I was so strung out and almost OD'd, he was mad at me for almost OD. It's like you put the drugs in my hand and it's my fault of the result. Yeah. But I don't believe that that happened because circumstances out of my control. I feel like everything happens for a reason because of the choices that people make. And that's as simple as that. Everybody has a choice on who they choose to be and the actions that they take. That's said for bad people and good people. We make our choices to be who we are. Sure, there might be some things that push you along or give you a nudge in a certain direction, but at the end of the day, that choice is ours alone.
I don't.
So no, I'm sorry, that Shaw curse thing is bullshit. And I'll never agree with you on it.
It started as a joke.
But the more bad things that happen, the more you started to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember my youngest brother Grayson and I. We used to joke all the time that we were cursed as kids, and we were kind of just ended up in the family that we ended up in, and there was nothing we could change about it. And then the fire happened, hospital happened, tea happened, Oliver and Zell happened, his death happened, this happened, and I don't know. Somewhere along the way, I started believing it, and it's it's scary to me how this kind of felt normal. Even after 10 years of telling myself that it was all bad and I grew up a bad way and I shouldn't be in pain every second of every day. It's so bad how normal this felt. To stand there staring a man in the eyes and not backing down. And I told Watts this today, but an instinct kicked in me that hasn't kicked in a hot minute since both my little brothers were pushed into a closet and hidden in there every time Dad was in an outburst. But I tried so hard to keep everyone's name a secret. I know I already told you that, but an instinct that I didn't really know I still had to take blows for people. Just like time and time again, I would just keep doing it. And I'm kind of terrified to heal because
Why?
I can feel myself getting to this point where I'm actually healing, not physically. I can feel myself becoming something else, not like the scared little girl that flinched. And I'm terrified because I actually have people in my corner and it's weird.
And you're scared that now that you have something to care about, you're gonna lose it.
Yeah.
Do you think having a badge and wearing that uniform makes me brave?
I think you make yourself brave.
I psych myself up, yeah. Bravery isn't being fearless. Bravery is, in spite of those fears, facing them. I can make jokes and be like, oh, someone's in a gunfight. Let me go run that way. Probably gonna get shot. It's me psyching myself up. Because I've been shot before and it sucked really bad. And the last time I got shot really bad, I was just laying on that floor thinking to myself, am I really gonna die over a stolen car?
True.
Jada's stolen car. Is that what my life is worth? And I was scared. But I still pushed through those fears. Because if I let that fear overwhelm me, I'm gonna start hating myself for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's true.
Like I said, Reyna, we decide the type of people that we are, and we decide the actions that we take. It's okay to be afraid of having these connections and people in your corner. I mean, that's the one thing about having those things is that it makes it more valuable because you could lose it at any time. So you're supposed to value it, cherish it, love it until it's gone. I came here and the only thing I really had in my corner was me and Savannah texting, me telling her how academy's going, me telling her how being a cadet is, me telling her about my doubts, not knowing if I was going to make it. Every time I fucked up, I felt like my world was going to shatter because everything I had done up to that point was to do what I do now. And if I didn't make it, I didn't know where I was going to go from there. I didn't come here expecting to make friends, build connections. I was like, sure, that's something that might happen, but that wasn't the goal. But when it happened, I was thankful for it. And honestly, when it comes to people I care about, I wear my heart on my sleeve. And that's a big weakness for me to have. But it also gives me a lot of strength. Because when I start to buckle, when I start to feel like I can't do the things that I do, I remind myself that there are people out there who know I can do better. You know that I can do it, even when I doubt myself. That's why I know you can do it, whatever you decide to do. Because you have people in your corner too.
You really don't think I'm cursed, huh?
Nope. Maybe someday you'll believe it too.
I
Hell, this right here, this is. I don't think I could do this fast.
do what?
Be here after dealing with something like that.
Well,
Be maybe a month later, but same week, a couple days later, hell no.
do you know why?
You already told me why.
No. There's an underlying reason.
Okay.
Um, my childhood home burned down. The one where, you know, the most pain in my entire life happened, and torment and manipulation and all of the above. And I can't go back and visit it because it's gone. They rebuilt over it. It's some really nice modern very nice, expensive house now.
Suburbia.
Suburbia, yeah. It's not the same. It's not a rundown shack, middle of an open field, where I was
It's
really
not the
never
nightmare
allowed to
you
leave.
grew up with.
Yeah. This is about as close as I can get to it. And after experiencing it all over again almost, I don't know, something in me just felt like it's been 10 years and I don't know.
You're doing good, kid.
Well, I don't know about that.
Shut up.
No, I don't. I don't know what I'm doing. I have never had to talk to somebody like this about anything. Like,
I remember weeks ago, you wouldn't even ask for help. So don't tell me you haven't made progress.
well, sure.
So don't downgrade it. Every step, no matter how big or small, is progress.
Is it bad that I'm scared to grow?
No? Growing is scary. You never know what direction you're going to go in.
Degenerate?
Very much a degenerate. You can't really grow into that. You're already that. Who the fuck buys a fucking golf cart and then immediately crashes it?
Listen.
Reyna fucking Shaw. That too. Come here. How trashy the place is, it has a nice view.
True.
Gotta find the good things and all the bad.
I'm working on that.
I know. Like I said, some progress isn't better than no progress. Big or small.
Oops. I have so much shit on me. What?
Hmm? You never just breathed in the morning air?
I can't.
Oh, fair point. Small breaths, Reyna. Small
I
breaths.
know. Sadly, I have to do that. You know, I told Jada this just to like make light of the situation, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
really mad that I was wearing my Vapid Ellie sweatshirt when they fucking took me. Because
Uh,
it's
I'm not
ruined.
sure of the sentimental value to that. Is there
Uh,
sentimental value or is it just your favorite shirt?
listen, Oliver and
Mm.
I were talking about our dream cars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was shopping with him and I found it and it was like a stroke of luck and I was just super excited. And I don't know. I just remember that day very fondly because it's one of like the last days we had. I was just ragging on him and he was ragging on me back and we were just play fighting and shit. And I was in that sweatshirt. So, I don't know. The Ellie's always kind of been our thing, so like the sweatshirt. But
Gotcha.
buying another one doesn't really have the same effect.
Yeah, I can understand that. What did they do with your clothes? I'm pretty sure they're probably in like a waste hazard bin at the pillbox, if I had to guess.
Yeah, so they were on me, and then I looked at them the next day, and they were absolutely covered in blood. Like, soaked. So,
So what did you do with it?
I tossed it. It's no
Tossed it
point.
where?
Garbage.
Okay.
Why?
Taxing.
I want to make a will because I'm mad at Oliver for not making one.
That's a good reason. I think Jada got a little annoyed with me when I said I didn't want one.
Happens.
Yeah. I had to explain to her that, like I said, when I came here, I didn't really have much expectations for anything. Came here to do a job.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I've already been very aware of my mortality even before I was a full cop, so I wasn't really concerned about where I would be from, where I would be if I ever croaked. As far as I'm concerned, the moment I'm dead, body doesn't matter. They can use it for science, donate it to save other lives, cremate my ass, and just throw my ashes in the trash for all I care.
So, what I'm hearing is you'll take my heart then.
Ah, we've been over this.
I'm just saying, if that's your opinion on the human body, then.
That's how I feel about me, Reyna.
Mm-hmm.
But as time goes on, I start to realize that some of my opinions and thoughts and methods are a bit selfish when I have other people that care about me. That's why I'm on that list now. It's not a 100% guarantee, but it's not a definitive no.
I know. You
So
know.
I guess the best thing I could say right now is thanks for giving me a reason to want to keep going. You, Jada, Casey.
I mean, to be fair, you gave me a reason not to be stuck in my ways, so.
Isn't that ugly and disgusting? We're rubbing off on each other.
Ugh.
The horror. It's not all that bad. You're still a degenerate, though.
True. Probably be arresting me at some point.
Wouldn't doubt it. Probably gonna end up tasing you. Gonna feel very good about it.
I'll feel good
I
too.
don't care what you do, Reyna, as long as you're happy and it's what you want to do. I've never really judged people for the actions that they take unless it's like Tyler being malicious for no reason other than the sake of causing someone pain. There's a difference between shooting someone because you find it fun and shooting someone because you had a goal in mind and they got in your way.
Yeah. To be fair, he hurt me because I had a bad attitude. Tried to
Yeah,
scare
well,
me
he
too.
has a low fucking ego
True.
that he covers up in a facade of feeling like a cocky ass. God, he felt good slamming his face against the door.
He talked about his crew a lot back home.
I made it very well known to that cocksucker that I care about you. So if he wants to keep pissing off the police, he can try.
I don't want him to keep trying. I'd rather not you all get hurt.
Look, my job, I get hurt all the time. If I do end up getting hurt because of some bullshit that Tyler does, at least it'll be worth it.
Yeah, I guess. You know, he carved a
Hmm.
K into my hand.
Yeah, well, he's a little bitch.
Probably gonna have to burn it off.
You know, there's skin grafting for stuff like that.
He like,
It's still healing, so you could definitely get a skin graft to remove any of the linal structure on that.
mm-hmm. Or I could burn it. Have it mean more than just a blank piece of skin.
Are you talking about like a self-inflicted brand?
Kind of like a reminder that I wouldn't let any man mark me like that ever. Or control me in that way ever again.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm bigger than that.
Absolutely.
I was scared of my dad for a while when he came back. But right now, I would really like to shove a hammer down his throat.
I would really like to not have to send you to jail, so let's keep that at thoughts only, yeah?
We'll see. If it's self defense, then it's self defense.
100%.
And with
But I
his
also don't want you
record,
to do something you'll regret. You could hate that man to the world and back, but taking a life, that's, regardless of who it is, it's a lot to deal with.
trust me, I know.
And that first one doesn't disappear. Thankfully, I haven't had that issue yet, but Savannah did. And she remembers every last one of the people that she hurt. Well, not hurt, but killed doing her job. And she was very, very insistent on me understanding the principles of that. That every time I pick up my gun, every time I aim it at someone, I could possibly be taking a life. That was one of the first things I learned before I even went into academy. I'm ready to get out of here.
Would you think of me any different?
Would I what?
Would you think of me any different if I had?
No. Everyone has their reasons for their actions, Reyna. I'm not gonna judge you if you had to do something. I just want to make sure that you can live with those choices.
With Dad being alive, I don't know.
Well, the best I can say about that situation is if there ever comes a time where you do need to defend yourself and him being dead is the result, I'll be there with you every step of the way.
I'm not talking about him per se.
Okay, then maybe don't beat around the bush and just say it.
I hurt Jonah the day of the fire.
Fiona.
My brother. There was me, Jonah, and Grayson.
Okay.
Jonah was a lot like Dad, temper-wise. He didn't like to be told no. He didn't like to listen. It caused a lot of issues. It's one of the reasons that Dad always got so angry. I couldn't always take the blows for him as much as I tried. And it was really early in the morning. I was in the kitchen because I couldn't sleep. And I smelled fire. Smoke, I guess. Walked down the hallway to Jonah's room. And he was standing in the doorway as there was flames coming from underneath it. He was just standing there smiling. Just grinning from ear to ear, like he had just done some heroic thing. Because Dad's room and Mom's room was above him, and so was Grayson's. And by the time I had realized anything, because I was on the opposite side of the house, the entire upstairs was already engulfed, and he must have sprayed something.
An accelerant.
Mm-hmm. They were all dead, or to my knowledge. And I grabbed him. And I got so mad that he made Grayson fall into that. Because he was my favorite. I just hit him. And I saw red. And then I crawled out of the house and left him there.
Do you regret it?
Some days I think about if I had just taken him and gotten out of there, maybe he would have changed. Maybe his temper would have been better if he wasn't in that situation.
Did you ever consider that maybe he did the things he did because he was trying to get out of it?
Yeah. That's what I think about all the time. It's not like I was really thinking in that moment either.
I know. I often emphasize this all the time, but at the end of the day, we are human, and we are driven by emotions. I get it. And I'm not going to scold you for it because you already have your own demons to deal with concerning that. But you obviously seem remorseful for it, so who am I to judge? You already judge yourself.
Yeah.
But, I would definitely not tell a lot of people about that. Because they may not share my sentiment.
The only person I told was Oliver, and I guess it doesn't matter anymore. T knows a little bit too.
Sorry, just saying goodnight to Jada.
Okay.
I see a man walking his chunky boy, and I thought of Titan. I'm thinking about getting a dog.
Can it
I
be
want to
like...
get a Malinois.
Oh my god, you did not just... That's fucking weird.
Ah,
I was just about to say that dog.
a Malinois.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're beautiful dogs, work dogs. They're like German shepherds, but they're
Ah,
fucking fur raptors.
yep.
Yeah, I want to get a Malinois. I've already been looking at breeders, picked out a name and everything.
That's so weird.
Okay, did you want an all black one? Because mine is all black.
No, no. I literally... A few months ago, I was telling Oliver about those because he wanted to get a dog, too.
I feel like I talked to somebody about this breed before, but I can't remember who it was.
I don't think it was
I was at
me.
Pillbox. I don't know.
Definitely wasn't me.
But yeah, I've been thinking about getting a Malinois for a while. Figured I could get him trained up as a canine, get my canine cert, and then I could take my dog to work.
Do it.
Yep, and then it'll be me and Dax. Where to, kid?
I don't know.
To the moon! God, my car is so fucking sexy. Dude, do you see this thing?
Yep.
This thing is fucking gorgeous, okay? Every penny I spent on this was worth it. Oh, and then I, dead end. You should drive it.
Not when I can't have any hands or grip on the wheel.
Okay, promise you'll drive it when your hands are better.
Maybe.
Promise.
Maybe.
Pussa.
Thank you for taking me.
Of course. You don't have to thank me for that.